Yes, we are back. It is Friday afternoon. Welcome back to the channel, people. Hope everybody's doing well. And we are back for a short. I'm hoping a short video. I'm hoping it's short. I hope I keep it short. But it's a match preview. And the best part about me keeping this short is because we've already had this fixture once already. So there's not really anything to sort of delve into with the opposition side of things. But it's the Premier League this time. Premier League. It's at Old Trafford. It's tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. And a few things, a few couple things to cover with the match preview. Not too much to really study into things. Um, Barring perhaps expectations for this game, because there's a lot of people that will be feeling kind of good about this game. Much better feelings, moods regarding this match as opposed to the feeling mutually in the fan base from the game against Palace at Old Trafford on Tuesday night. So there's much better feelings around the club. We've had a few, or one, well, I think it's only really one hammer blow that we've had, and that's that apparently Martinez, Lissandro Martinez could be out for up to 2 to 3 months with a foot injury, which, to be honest, we've never really seen it really sort of like break down into anything to be really like worried about or concerned about. He's not left the pitch on a stretcher. He's not left the pitch badly limping or anything, but it's just something that he had. I think it's an injury that he attained against Sevilla last season. When he was carried off, and it's basically the same foot injury is still causing him problems now. But apparently, he could be sidelined up for up to 2 to 3 months. So I don't know what sort of truth there is to that, whether that is absolutely confirmed or not. I will have to read into things um, as we go on. Ten Hag has done press conferences where he has confirmed that Scott McTominay and Ericsson are both available for selection come tomorrow afternoon, um, which the only person really I can sort of somewhat care about there at all is Ericsson. I've got no time, no patience for Scott McTominay. Um, Christian Eriksen, obviously, it's not something that I look at and say, oh, well, yeah, he should be starting. I'm looking at it thinking, well, if he's on the bench and he can come off later in the game, come off the bench later in the game, then good, fantastic. But I'm hoping it's not something where he starts the game for Manchester United, because we need to have energy. We need to have some pace and tenacity in that midfield. We need to have a team that is got a good feeling about them. And you know what? I wouldn't even be against it if we started this game tomorrow with thereabouts the same team that played against Palace on the Tuesday night. Maybe one or two changes, but more or less the foundations of the same sort of team. A similar sort of game plan, try to work the same sort of way, play the same sort of football, maybe better football. Don't know how far along a progression line we are to attaining better football than what we saw last on Tuesday night. Um, but one thing that is for certain is that we look like we are sort of trying to face the right direction now. Like we are pointing in the true north, and now it's time that we build upon what we have started. And I believe that this was the perfect time to do it because we played Palace twice in a row at home. And we've then got, I think it's Galatasaray at home midweek next week, and then it's Sheffield United at home again. So we have 4 home games in a row as a good confidence builder, as a good momentum builder, and sort of getting the team into a good position mentally. And I'm hoping, very, very much hoping that it is exactly that, and that we do start to see some good stuff now, and that we can actually get a season on track and actually on the rails. As for what team we'll probably put out, I'd be looking, as I've said already, looking for something fairly similar to what we saw on Tuesday night. So obviously Anana at the back. The fullback's position, I don't know if there is confirmation on where is it? Confirmation on Sergio Reguilon being injured, which it does say here that he has confirmed to have an injury. No Wan-Bissaka, no Luke Shaw, no Malacia. So it's probably going to be another one of those Amrabat starting at a fullback position again. Diogo Dalot playing on the opposite fullback position. As to who plays, probably Varane will start again, captaincy to him, and partnering, I think, maybe Lindelof. Maybe Lindelof will be starting next to him in the defence, because no, Harry Maguire's not really like he's not really like in priority plans for Ten Hag at the moment. So we'll have to see what the choices are, what he opts to go with. And the rest of the team, obviously Casemiro midfield, whether we see Mabry starting again, and Mabry's going to be a big talking point moving forwards, is how involved is Hannibal Mabry going to be in this Manchester United team? Because it could be the case that he just gradually grows into this role in the team where he's so important, and like his importance to the team is completely understated. Maybe he grows into that sort of position for Manchester United Football Club. And you know what? I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'd be happy to see him providing a selection dilemma as to who starts with Casemiro, and he's got the work rate to sort of take some of that workload off of Casemiro's shoulders, as well as Amrabat sort of covering somewhat areas in the middle of the park when he does come more centrally. And I think just overall helping the team push up the pitch, I'll be happy to see Garnacho stay in the team as well, because like I've said with Rashford, the guy's too heads down. He's too much like he's desperate to be a goal scorer, but he doesn't really try to prioritize the build-up play first, instead of trying to get the team closer to the opposition's goal, where he would have a lot more joy. He would have a lot more joy. I think if the team is on average playing much closer to the goal, Rashford could have pop shot after pop shot after pop shot, and probably have an absolute field day with scoring goals galore, like he could. But he doesn't do the build-up work before that, like Garnacho does. Like we have seen him. Like the guy is hungry to play, he wants minutes, and this season we want to see Garnacho get those minutes and continue to prove himself. But if it doesn't work, then you can sub on Rashford in the second half as such. That's just the way it is. But for me, from what I saw on Tuesday night, I'd like to see more of it tomorrow afternoon. And I think Garnacho's got the keys to do that. He's got the keys for the left-hand side. The interesting question is what happens on the right. What happens on the right, because it depends on what happens at the head of the midfield. Because if Mount starts again at the head of our midfield, it means probably Pellistri or Bruno Fernandes happens to be on the right. I would like to see Pellistri get some more minutes. I would. I think that it will be. I think it'd be good to see Pellistri getting those minutes and just getting us just some semblance of a run of games under the belt. Just simply because I think it's he's been at this club for too long to still be a prospect. He's been at this club for too long to still be getting one game here and then not play for like 3-4 weeks and then appear again in the team. We need to see more persistency and more challenge. And do you know what? If he gets that chance, he gets that run of games, and he starts to really press the case that if Anthony comes back, and apparently I saw one report saying that he was somewhat back in training now, so I don't know what the truth to that is. We'll have to see. But yeah, Pellistri back in the team. Staying in the team, I should say. I would like to see that. As for who starts up top, whether it be Martial or Rasmus Højlund, maybe Rasmus starts, maybe Martial starts. I don't know. It's just entirely dependent on what Ten Hag wants to go with. But I think that important part for me is going to be what happens with the head of that midfield and on the right hand side, because Bruno could start up top with then at the head of the midfield with Mount playing on the right. It could be vice versa, but it could also be Bruno starts with Pellistri on the right, but then Mount starts with Pellistri on the right, and Bruno comes off of the bench. It could be that case. It could. It probably won't be, but we can't rule any of these things out. We have to see what the team selection of the manager is. I'm hoping to see more of the same. As far as a prediction goes, just solely based off what we've seen last night, I'm going to go again. Um, I didn't give a score prediction for the Tuesday night game, but I'm going to go with saying, let's go with do you know what, 2-0. Let's go with a 2-0. Just simply because we don't like scoring goals. We don't. Even on a good day, we don't like scoring goals. And I think Palace, they want something to prove. They want to come to prove something, right? They lost, knocked out of Carabao Cup competition on the Tuesday. They'll want to come to play for points now. Like they will want to do that. So I'd expect to see a more fiery Palace performance, a bit more to give. But at the same time, if we've got the same foundations in our team that we had on Tuesday night, we can expect quite a fiery game, an entertaining game to say the least. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, I am. I'm quite confident that we can get the result that we need to get. I predict 2-0. As to who scores those goals is anyone's guess, because I think it would have been quite difficult to guess who scores the goals on the Tuesday night. But I want to see more of the same, if not better, from Tuesday night. But let me know what you guys think about this game. What are your predictions? Give me some score predictions down below, and who are you most looking forward to seeing on the on Saturday afternoon? And who do you think is going to have the biggest impact? Is it going to be Super Sofyan Amrabat again? Is it going to be Casemiro going up another level once again? Is it going to be Garnacho, the star boy? Is it going to be star boy Garnacho getting in on the action? Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes running the show if he starts? Is it going to be Rasmus Højlund getting some a brace or patch? Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen at this point because there's so many variables to Manchester United Football Club at this moment in time as far as the playing squad are concerned. And so many different potential outcomes because we don't know for certain exactly what a pattern is going on with Manchester United as far as how the team plays and how the team goes about their business. We'll have to see what happens. I'll probably say take it up to the international break before we can start to sort of, if we keep things going nice and strong, that is, if we win the next, tomorrow's game, but then the 2 games after that, if we get 4 wins on the bounce, or 5 wins, it would be 5 wins because we beat Burnley. If we get 5 wins on the bounce, we can start to talk about a pattern or consistency or the common theme of this Manchester United team and what we want to see, what we can expect. So I think it's just going to be a little bit of time to take to see before we know for certain what's going on with this United team. But hopefully, fingers crossed tomorrow that we go and get the business done once again. 3 points collectors, that's what we've got to be. Try not to make it ugly. Try not to make it harder than it needs to be. You've already shown a fantastic, from a blank canvas, a fantastic performance, a much improved performance, and probably the best performance since like March of last season. You go out and do the same thing, if not better. Go do it. Go do the business, and all of that good stuff. But anyways, we'll have to see how things go with tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, most definitely with a match review. I think there's quite a few things. So I'm working tomorrow, so I don't think there's going to be a watch along per se, because obviously work priorities and all of that stuff. Got to make my dough because I don't make none from here. I don't make none from this. But if you want me to make stuff from this, then keep smashing them subscriptions. Keep smashing the subscribe button, people, and grow our community as well as that. Boost us up the algorithm. Make sure you are smashing a like on the video as well as commenting. Give us your thoughts and your feelings and your match predictions for the game tomorrow. Big ups to everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see y'all all again tomorrow for the match reaction for certain. I'm hoping that we are smiling once still, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.